What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today we will be reviewing Captain America Civil War. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in terms of character development, this film has been building up throughout the previous two Captain America films, because it is about Captain America, Steve Rogers, disliking the government. He no longer trusts the government, and I think it completes the full circle for his character arc. In the first Captain America film, he is a government agent, he is loyal to the government knows best. In the second Captain America film, he's kind of starting to see that the government isn't what it says it is. There's a lot of corruption involved. And in the final Captain America film, you can really see that he's become anti-government now. He does not agree with the way the government is operating, and he thinks that superheroes shouldn't be agents of the government because governments have different principles and the principles can change. So, to be honest, character development is absolutely brilliant in this film. You really understand Captain America's side of the argument. However, you do understand Iron Man's side of the argument as well. Actually, when this film came out, I was Team Iron Man, and that's not just because Spider-Man was on that team. That's because I believed that superheroes were out of control in the MCU and they needed to kind of be controlled by the government in order to make the world a safer place. So this film really starts making you to think, and you can really understand where both characters are coming from. So character development gets a 10 out of 10 because it does a really great job of understanding where certain characters are coming from and why they are on specific sides. As for the performances, this is going to be a quick one because all of the performances are really well done in this film. If I had to say the standout performances are Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. These guys are just amazing actors, and so many scenes in this film between them two is like, it's the highest class of acting. And quite frankly, this acting is some of the best I have seen in the MCU. So the performances are going to get a 10 out of 10 because I cannot fault them one bit. As for the effects, I really enjoy the effects in this film. It's directed by the Russo brothers, so they combined a lot of practical effects such as explosions with CGI effects, and it works really well. If I had to say like one standout effect scene, it would be the massive battle between the heroes at the airport. That is such a brilliant scene, and honestly the best MCU fight I have ever seen. Yep, that is counting Infinity War and Endgame as well, because no one ever thought that you could see a comic book kind of come off the pages like that. And the Russo brothers did a fantastic job with the effects, and that fight scene is one of the best fight scenes in a comic book film I have ever seen. So the effects are also going to get a 10 out of 10 because just like the performances, I cannot fault them. The story and writing is also done extremely well. Now, before I went to see this film, I was a little worried that it was going to be Avengers 2.5. It weren't really going to be a Captain America film. However, I was proven wrong because this film's main character is Captain America. It's the character they focus on the most, and as I've already stated through the character development, it's about Captain America's lack of trust in the government, and I think it's just done really well. Now look, Iron Man and all the other Avengers characters, yes, they do play a role in this. However, it is more about what Captain America believes in and what he is prepared to stand for. And I think the writing is done really well. Honestly, there's a load of twists and turns in this that I didn't see coming. I did not have a clue how this film was going to end. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, no one died, they're all happy, nothing's broken. However, at the end of this film, the Avengers felt broken. They had split up. There was no more Avengers. Captain America had left the Avengers. He was no longer a part of them. So it did feel like the Avengers was gone. It was over. So just because I had no idea where this film was going, it kept me on the edge of my seat. So the story and writing gets a 10 out of 10 because it really did make you invested in the film because you just had no idea where it was going to end up. So for this film's special recognition, I'm going to be extremely biased because I'm going to talk about Tom Holland as Spider-Man, because this was the first MCU film in which Spider-Man joined the MCU. And almost instantly, he was my favourite Spider-Man because he was a regular teenager, which is something that the original Spider-Man trilogy and the Amazing Spider-Man films got right in places, however did not get entirely right. This one got it 100% right. Spider-Man uses humour and comedy as one of his main weapons, and that was done brilliantly in this film. Honestly, just for introducing the best on-screen Spider-Man I have ever seen to date, the special recognition is going to get a 10 out of 10 because Tom Holland's a really talented actor, and I was so glad when Spider-Man joined the MCU. So in conclusion, with Captain America: The Civil War, they really did leave the best till last. The Russo brothers did a brilliant job directing and showed that they could handle multiple MCU characters in the same film. The standout performances have to be Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. The scenes between the two are some of the strongest in the MCU, and that is why Captain America: Civil War gets a very well-deserved 50 out of 50, which gives it a grade 1 ranking. Honestly, this is one of my favourite Marvel films ever. I love Civil War. It's just such a great film. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed my Captain America: Civil War movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. And I will see you in another one. See ya!